Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here. And let's wake up my football gods. Wake up there, guys. Time to get up. It's finally freaking Friday, and I'm glad that you guys are here in the house with me as we get ready to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, this season has not been the season that we wanted. In fact, I say this year has not been the year that we wanted either. It's been rough. It's still rough, and it's still not over. But hey, we've got 7 games and a possibility of making playoffs. Playoffs?
Uh, Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Yeah,
Playoffs?
we're talking about playoffs. Um, you have an Eagle team that has some players that are on the COVID list that have a gauntlet that have to run, with I think 32 and 12 are the record of the teams they're facing left. You got the Giants with the hard road to hoe, and you had the Cowboys maybe beginning to get a semblance of a team the last 2 weeks. I know we didn't get a win, but we came close. And my question is, as the Cowboys determined to start Andy Dalton, as you see in the last action that we had against the Washington football team, by the way, they're thinking about keeping the name long term. They have been rumored to talk about keeping the name for next year, possibly. But they're thinking about, you know what? We're just a football team. And they're thinking about that going forward will be the name. It's unique. It's unique. I guess they could say DC soccer team as opposed to DC United, or the Washington baseball team, or the Washington basketball team. Maybe they're going to start a trend. They're the forerunners. We'll see. But anyway, be that as it may, our offensive line has been shattered all season. We went against a Washington football team that had a great front line that literally was pounding the hell out of Andy Dalton and finally got a cheap shot in there. The question is, Andy Dalton, when he came to Dallas, looked at it as an opportunity. If the Cowboys don't re-sign Dak, maybe they feel like maybe I could be the guy. Maybe I bide my time, that I can be the quarterback of America's team. And some people, there was a video out when you looked at Andy Dalton on the sideline after Dak Prescott went down. It kind of looked like he was smiling. And when he got into the huddle, he said, "This is what I'm here for. This is why I came here. This right now." A little bit of moxie, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of arrogance. And to go through and finish off that game with the win with the Giants and a team that only had, at that time, 2 wins, you had to start beginning to believe the hype. You had guys like Colin Cowherd that, Dak Prescott is really Andy Dalton and the Cowboys won't take a step back. That Andy Dalton, may even be a better quarterback. There were so many articles and so many things and hype of Andy Dalton is a better professional quarterback than Dak Prescott. And when you hear things enough times, you begin to believe things. You keep hearing this over and over again. And now I've gone out and in limited action, boom, I get that touchdown. We go on, we win that game. Maybe I am like that. Because in that Washington game, we saw him going after the offensive line, and you could see him literally reading the riot act. And you saw the response from the offensive line and the players on the field when he went down and was knocked out. That everybody was kind of like, okay, what now? And having gone through concussion protocol, going through having COVID and still not having a taste or a sense of smell. Some guys, when they get knocked down, get a dose of reality, and it humbles you, and it gets you back to your roots of remembering how you got there and appreciate being there. And I don't know if we'll see a different Andy Dalton this weekend because of that. Because when you start realizing your own mortality in life, you start looking at things a little bit different. You start to appreciate it more. You realize that I don't have that much time left to achieve. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen with Andy Dalton. Some things on the team are in better position than they were 3 weeks ago when he got knocked out. I dare say the defense is playing better. I say going against Minnesota's front line isn't the same as going against Washington's. I'll say that the wide receiving core has shown some signs of life under Gilbert, Double D. Zeke has had an extra week to kind of heal up, and maybe that hamstring's a little bit better. But Tony Pollard has actually gotten some good runs under his belt as well. And I dare say that the offensive line at least has more experience, and they won't be going against the Washington football team. So in a way, I guess I'm saying that I think Andy Dalton may bounce back. I'm not saying he's going to be Russell Wilson like last night. Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. Some people were pulling out the anointment oil for Kyler Murray. They're talking about, Kyler Murray, he's an MVP candidate, after Russell Wilson was there before. But Russell Wilson was like, I ain't dead yet, mother humper. Let me show you what an MVP is. And I got to tell you, Seattle now, the fact that their defense showed up, that their defense is playing, all of a sudden gets me back on the bandwagon of Seattle being one of those teams to beat. Problem never was them scoring. Problem was their defense was allowing other people to score. And now that their defense is playing, watch out, everybody, including you, Eagles, because you still have to play them. You know you have to play them. But I'm not saying that Andy Dalton is going to be that guy. I don't know that he has to be that guy with Minnesota. If the Dallas Cowboys defense, and this is going to be a tall task because we don't know the illness with Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence, if they're going to be full go and 100% on Sunday, because we need those guys out there. We've got to stop Dalvin Cook. If we can slow down Dalvin Cook, if we can get a couple of sustained drives in there, the Dallas Cowboys have a chance. So, that's what I've got. Like I said, Cowboys are a bit of a mess, but we're auditioning for next year. We're getting guys in place. Hopefully that next year this team comes together under Mike McCarthy. And I will point out one other thing too. A lot of times when you have a new coaching staff come in, first 5 games, first half of the season is awful. And that's in a regular year. But good coaches have a way of getting better that second half of that first year, of kind of turning things around, giving you some hope for the future. Now, we know we have a lot of horses that will be coming back next year, which will be an influx of talent on this team. But if you can take the guys that you have right now, and I believe with our rookie class, we are second in the amount of snaps for rookies. Get that experience. Keep this team together and compete each week. And then get the talent you have next year. You got a good chance at being the team you want to be. So, I hope you guys will tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, for our live stream. We'll be here talking about what else? The Dallas Cowboys. And looking at a preview of the Minnesota Vikings game, the keys for the game. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.